the vehicle can do 70 mile an hour, so which is freeway speeds. And first time out, we were very concerned about rear wheel steering. You know, in a lot of textbooks it says not to do that, and we were aware of that, so we weren't adamant. We weren't sure it would work, but we designed the whole car around it. And when we had first issues with rear steering, like it was quite unstable, but then we talked to the engineer in England. We just called him on thrust, the 700 mile an hour, the one that broke the land speed record, and it's rear wheel steering. So he sort of laughed. He said everyone told him it wouldn't work either. But he gave us some guidance, and I don't want to say you should go against, like we were very cautious. You should not go against engineering too much, but there is such a thing as engineering folklore, you know, like that people believe something that is sort of not true. So, and if you read old books on automotive design, you know, they used to think you couldn't put brakes on the front wheels, only on the rear wheels. And that's because the front wheel, all mechanical brakes back then, and so it was difficult to put them on the front wheels. It's actually almost the opposite. So, but we were very cautious. The fellow in England helped us through a period. 4 times out, it was undrivable, scary, dangerous, use any word you want, you know. But then we came up with something that worked really well and made it completely stable. And so it can go 70. And you asked a question on automation?
About the autonomy.
Oh, the autonomy?
Yeah. How many miles can you go with one full charge?
Yeah, well, that also, there's no real short answer, but so it has electric motors, and if you, first let me say that energy, you must think of energy like a bucket full of water that you carry, you know, from one place to the other, and the bucket has all kind of holes in it. So when you think you have a full bucket, by the time you're over there, it's all empty. So you're losing energy all the way. So how this applies to the car is the best, not the best, but when it's on pure electric, the best way to get the electricity is from the wall plug. Just wall plug into the batteries, into the motors, into forward motion. The worst way to get it is to run the gas engine, charge the batteries, turning liquid fuel into stored electrical energy and running the motors. From a wall plug equivalent, it's about 120 miles per gallon. I don't know it in liters, I'm sorry, all the different units. But if you just look at these relative numbers, 120 miles per gallon plugged into the wall, about 30 miles per gallon running it through the gas engine, so much worse. And then because of its aerodynamics, it's exceptionally good on the highway, about 300 miles per gallon, or 3,000 miles, like across the country, with about 10 US gallons. And that's because of its aerodynamics. You know, and the low frontal area, and the low weight, and the low rolling resistance. Does that answer?
Yes. I also want to ask you something else. Do you have some system to, let's say, save energy, like braking or?
Yeah, regenerative braking it works really well, and we even introduce a third pedal. So we don't do anything too automatic, but not at this stage. But you dial in, you decelerate the car by pushing regen, and if you want to be very economical, you never touch the brake. When you touch the brake, it turns forward motion into heat, goes into space, gone forever. So the brake has to be there, of course, pedal brake has to be there for an emergency, but if you're really, remember I said that the technology affects us? Well, you shouldn't just be given a car and say, here, now you are green, or now you are environmental. I think you need to be given a car, and here, this car will teach you how to be green and how to be environmental. So I think you have to understand certain things to do this correctly, and the car should teach it to you.